Welcome. This is a short tutorial to take members of the University Alumni Association through how they can access the Alumni Portal and also explain to them how they can address some of the challenges that they face. So quickly, let's get into it. If you want to access the Alumni Portal, you can access it from the university website if you don't remember the URL from the top of your head. So you visit the university website at uw.edu.gh. Depending on whether you are using a desktop computer, a laptop, or a mobile device, the presentation is a little bit different. Right? So if you are using a mobile device, you scroll and then you can see the alumni at the bottom of the page. But if you are using a desktop computer or a laptop, you should see the alumni here. This will route you to the alumni website. So the URL is alumni.uw.edu.gh. So let's quickly go through the interface. Here, if you want to contact the Office of Institutional Advancement or Alumni Relations, we provided some information here for you. You can call this number or send a message to this number, or you can send an email here. So for example, you are trying to log in, it tells you your account does not exist or authentication failed. You can go ahead and then call them for it to be rectified for you. So that is if you are having any form of challenges in accessing the portal. Here there is a transcript system that has been made available for all alumni, so that if you want to apply for a transcript, you can click on it. It takes you to the transcript page and then you can put in the application for your transcript. That was just by the way. So let's look at how the entire process is like when you want to access the Alumni Portal. Here you are supposed to log in with your username. The username is the first index number that you use at the university. It's possible someone might have done multiple programs at the university, probably diploma, post-diploma, master's, and even PhD. So if, for example, you try with a diploma index number and it doesn't go through, I would suggest that you probably try with the post-diploma index number or even the master's or the PhD. If neither of those index numbers go through, you make a call to the office of the OIA and then you give them proof of degree completion, and then your details will be added to the system. So for example, I'm going to enter my index number, which is 513-157-0003. Once that is done, you enter your date of birth as the password. Now please remember, if you've already logged in before and then you've changed your password and then you are logging in again, you have to use the new password to log in, not your date of birth, because the date of birth is the default password that we think you'll be the only person to have access to. That might be very difficult for other people to guess. So once you go through the initial stage of logging in, you do not have to enter the date of birth in your subsequent logins, because we have situations where someone has logged in before during the 2021 elections. The person logged in and then the person changed the password, but because of the placeholder here, the person might think, oh, I'm supposed to add my date of birth as a password, but you do not have to do that if you've already gone through the process. So let me just show my password here for you to see. So I've made my password 0101 and then 1970. This is how it's supposed to be like. Now you click on login, okay, and then I've done that. Now if you do that, it takes you to the force password reset page, where you'll be required to change your password. So you specify the old password and then you provide your new password. Make sure that the two passwords field, the data in the two password fields are the same before. Once they are the same, the system will check and then allow you to click on change password. So you go ahead and then you click on change password. Once you click on change password, the system will run through some processes. So you just click on it once and give it time for the processes to go through. Good. if you log in for the first time, this is the interface you'll be greeted with. There are instances where when the legacy data or students who were existing, their information were being loaded on the system, we were not having access to the personal email. But the personal email is extremely important for carrying out some of the functions of the system. So we check the existence of the personal email, and if the personal email does not exist, the system will force you to provide a personal email before you would be allowed to even continue to explore the rest of the system. So here I'll just go ahead and enter my personal email here. Once I enter my personal email, I'll go ahead and then I'll update my email. Good. So now my personal email has been updated. Because this is my first time logging in, I have to confirm so that the system will indicate that, okay, fine, this particular individual has actually confirmed as an alumnus. So I'll come here and I'm going to provide my email address as a form of confirmation for my alumni registration number to be generated. So I'll provide my email here and then I'll confirm the email address just to be sure. Yeah, so let me add the .com here so that we see that it's a valid email address. Good. Once that is done, I'll go ahead and then I'll confirm my registration. Good. So now I am a successfully confirmed alumnus. Now let's take a look at how the system is like. So this is your dashboard, the welcome interface. So my name has been indicated here, Mr. Boachiajiman, and then my alumni number has been generated for me. So the component of the alumni number includes the year you graduated, not the year you were admitted, but the year you graduated. The ALU is short for alumni, and then a number that has been assigned to you. Together they form your alumni number. And the reason why we do that is because we want to be able to tie multiple programs to a single individual using the alumni number. We'll come to these buttons that has been indicated just in the middle of the dashboard. But before we do that, let's explore what is on the left-hand side. So here we have your general biodata. Okay, so if you have multiple programs in the university, all those multiple programs will now be indicated here. We have your educational history here as well. So if, for example, you've attended maybe an institution outside, you've done your master's outside, your PhD outside, you are supposed to provide all that information here. So the institution, the country, and then the continent. If it is a degree, you specify the degree type. Is it a doctoral degree, professional degree, master's degree? You specify. If it is a professional certificate, you specify the certificate name, the level, which is not compulsory, and then the number, and then when you started. It's possible you might still be in the program, so that will be the end year. And then you provide reference information for the system to be able to keep reference to that particular academic information. Now, this part of the system is extremely important because it gives the university the ability to do what you call tracer studies, where the university will be able to determine which of our alumnus is probably doing a PhD, has a PhD, or even have some professional certification, so that if there are some certain privileges that must be restricted to the alumni, we would know the people who are deserving. So once you log in, make sure you provide your educational history. There's also the work history here, where you've worked as well. If you want to add the history, you come to add history, and then you can provide your job information and then reference information to the job, which is also part of the system functions that allows the university to be able to perform the tracer studies. We'll come to the dues later, but then let's look at the announcement. We want to be able to communicate to the entire alumni association through the portal. So if, for example, the Office of Institutional Advancement wants to communicate to all alumnus who are registered on the system, once they log in and they come to announcement, they should be able to see the list of announcements here so that they can view the information that the OIA wants to share with them. So that is it. And then we have my dues right here. So my dues essentially tells you what dues you paid and what dues you are yet to pay. So we have all payments, which indicates all the payments you've made as a member of the alumnus or the alumni association, and then the pending payments are payments that you are yet to make payment for. So as it stands now, we have set up the payment for 2 years, which is 2021 and then 2024. But I've made my payment for the 2021 and then the pending payment, that is the 2024 that I am yet to make payment for. So we'll go through the process of how to go through the process of paying your dues. Now let's quickly come back to the dashboard. Let's take note of some few important things. Because we might not have maybe your phone number or your personal email and even your gender because of some issues, what we normally suggest you do is that you go ahead and then you edit that piece of information before you even proceed to the payment. Okay. For example, if you come to the general biodata, you are supposed to click on this particular icon right here, and then you can go ahead and then edit. You can edit your gender and then your first phone number. You can go ahead and then edit that number as well, and then you can also provide your personal email. Okay. Once that information is provided, you can go ahead and then you can click on update, which will automatically update your system for you and then provide that piece of information for you. Okay, so that is it. Now my registration status, I'm actually confirmed. So if quickly I log out and then I log back in again, that information should be updated. Good. So now the confirmation has taken place. So once you are done with these initial phases, it's time for you to make the dues payments. So what we've done here is that all the tabs on the left hand side here, we provided shortcuts at the dashboard so that you don't necessarily have to navigate, because if you're on a mobile device, it's a little bit different. You have to scroll or even click on the 3 bars at the top left corner. If you're on a mobile device, that's the process. So if you want to make your dues, you can make your dues payment. You can click here, or you can even click on the shortcut that has been provided here. So let me just go ahead and just click here, and then you come to pending payments. Great. So if you come to pending payments, this icon here, you click on this particular icon for your payment, because we don't want a situation where you have to go to the bank, okay, and then make payment at the bank before you bring the receipt or payment confirmation for it to be entered on the system for you, as was being done last 4 years ago. So if you are able to get access to the system, you can make the payment on the system using Paystack. So you can either use mobile money, or if you have a Visa card with any bank, you can go ahead and use that one. So you go ahead and then you enter your number, okay, and then it determines. Once you are done, you click on confirm. Once you confirm, the payment will be made and then it will be credited to your account. If you want to do card as well, you enter the card, you provide the card expiry, and then you provide the CVV code. Once you are done, you can go ahead and then make your payment for the system to capture that you've actually made your payment, and then an email will be sent to you. So that is essentially how the system works. This will be uploaded on a channel. So if, for example, you are going through the video and then there are some recommendations, you can indicate it in the comment section so that whatever rectification that needs to be done will be done. Thank you very much.